The Moondrop Golden Ages. Let's talk about it. This unit was sent out by Apos Audio. They have not influenced this review in any way. I appreciate that about Apos. So let's start by talking about what this is. This is a TWS by Moondrop. It is an interesting IEM. There's a lot of good features about this. There's a lot of things that I like. There's a lot of things that I don't like. Let's start by talking about the build quality of this IEM. In the background, you can see the cover of the Moondrop Golden Ages. On the left, you see the Golden Ages. It's kind of an interesting retro style design, you know, kind of from the 70s, kind of bold, kind of bright, kind of has more of an almost more of an 80s feel to it. But you'll notice it does have a very comfortable and easy shape. We have the Apple AirPods Pro 2 on the right. This is the case it comes with. It's pretty good. It's not bad at all. Decent selection of tips, no issues. The app is a little bit problematic. It is only available on Android. You can tell there are some different settings. There's a 5128 base head monitor. We are going to look at these settings in the graph setting to this video. I want to talk about some of the features of this IEM. The fit for me is really secure. It is an interesting app. It does have Bluetooth 5.3, which means it's fairly secure and has pretty good range. There's a gaming mode with ultra low latency. I really don't like gaming with earbuds on. I mainly, with TWS style IEMs on, I mainly use them just to take walks around the house or to listen to music where I'm like on vacation or doing other things. So I didn't really use it for gaming, but I would imagine it would be fair. There's a lot of different codecs and what you could have. There's an interesting design to this. And so this design is one of those things that could be a bad or good thing depending. And overall, it has a really solid build quality, good things about it. Overall, I think it has all the bells and whistles you want from a modern IEM at $80. I actually think it has quite a few fair features for $80. But how does it sound? Let's start by looking at some graphs. These are not my graphs. These graphs are brought to you today by chromca.squig.link. So go and check his stuff out. If you notice, you look at this, it has a nice graph, right? If we look here, we can add in a few different baselines, but the Harman 2019, it basically fits that target, and it's not a bad set overall. It's a nice sounding earbuds overall, and there's different settings. You'll notice there's a reference here in blue, and then you have a base head. We're going to look at some of the other settings they have so we can kind of get a good idea of what kind of settings we have on this IEM. There's also a monitor. Monitor is a little bit more lean. You also have a reference S2, which is a little bit more bass. So basically what these settings will do will control the bass for you, which is, it's a really nice, easy, baked in setting for you to do. There's other things this has setting. This also has a 5128, which is not graphed here, which in my ear sounds really quite nice. So now that we've kind of looked at some graphs and seen kind of what we're talking about, we can kind of tell how this might sound, but let's get into more detail with this sound. So as far as this device overall, I would say that it has some trouble getting super loud for me. I do like the EQ ability of this IEM. I really do enjoy this IEM for what it is. I feel there's a nice sense of space and air, and there's good vocals on it. I enjoy listening to music on this. I enjoy the fact that you can mess around with the bass settings. I think this is a fair price and kind of an interesting design. I think for people that look at this, the design is kind of one of those subjective things that you kind of have to ask yourself. I kind of like it. I enjoy the design, but I don't know if I'd really want to be caught with this out in public as something. I'd probably want to have something a little bit more plain Jane, but it's a fine design, and I kind of like it, kind of having that been from my era. So bass impact on this isn't great. Even with the bass heavy setting songs, like the bass is maybe, it's acceptable. It's okay. The air, the details, the micro details on these, they're not bad. For IEM of this price, I think they're pretty fair. These are planar drivers, which is something that's kind of interesting. I like these planar drivers. I think to be able to have planar drivers in a way that you can EQ the bass and mess around with a little bit, it's nice. The planar drivers aren't exceptional. I don't think they do anything that other drivers can't do, but they do kind of have a little bit of a crispier sense to the air and to the details to them. And I feel that this lends to be a very nice set. And this set overall sonically sounds really good, and I enjoy the sound of this IEM very much so. I think it's well worth the price of $80, and I have enjoyed my time testing on this. You're still here. It's over. Go home. Go watch another IEM video. It's done. That's the entire video. What more do you want?